this is Jo from Maths Tutor Me. Today we're doing decimals and I'm going to be showing you how to do division with decimals today without using a calculator. So straight into the examples, we want to find the value of each of the following. So first of all, 4.6 divided by 5. What we need to do is write this as a division problem using our big division symbol like that. So we have 4.6 that we want to divide by 5. So the 5 comes out the front. Okay, so then we look at one number at a time. So if I try to do 4 divided by 5, well, 4 is less than 5, so there's no 5s in there. So I'm going to put a 0 here because it doesn't go in. Because no 5s can be taken out of this, all of those 4 need to carry over to my next number, the 6, making it 46. Okay, the decimal point here stays in line, so it's going to be 0 point something. Now I can do 46 divided by 5. 5 times 9 is 45, so that's going to go 9 times, but there'll be a remainder of 1. So what I need to do is put an extra 0 down so that my remainder of 1 can go in front of it. Now I can divide 10 by 5 and that goes exactly twice. Okay, so because that was exact, no remainder, then my answer is 0.92. Okay, so we're just going to be doing that process quite a bit today. So if you didn't quite follow that one, don't worry, we're going to be doing it again. Let's look at question number 2. We have 20.526 divided by 6. So draw your big divide sign. 20.526 goes underneath, and I want to divide that by 6. So I'm going to take the 20 first because 2 is not going to work by itself. So I'm going to go straight to 20. 20 divided by 6. Thinking of your 6 times tables, you'll know that 6 times 3 is 18. So that's going to go 3 times with a remainder of 2. Okay, keep the decimal point there, keeping it in line. So now I have 25 divided by 6. 6 times 4 would give me 24. So it's going to go 4 times. And 24, I'll have a remainder of 1. Now I have 12 divided by 6. Well, that goes exactly twice. No remainder at all. But because I have another number here, I have to keep going. 6 divided by 6 also goes exactly, this time once. Okay, so there's the answer. 20.526 divided by 6 is equal to 3.421. For question 3, I want to divide 4.38 by 7, correct to 2 decimal places. So let's start with our big divide sign. 4.38 divide by 7. 4 divided by 7 does not go at all, so I put a 0 down, then my decimal point. The 4 from here is going to have to carry up to go in front of the 3. So I now have 43 divided by 7. Okay, knowing your 7 times tables, 7 times 6 is 42. Okay, as close as I'm going to get to that. 42 means that I would have a remainder of 1. So I now have 18 divided by 7. 7 times 2 is 14. Okay, 7 2s are 14, but I'm going to have a remainder of 4. 40 divided by 7. Let's think. 7 times 5 is 35. Okay, so it's going to go 5 times. I'm going to have to make my line longer here. If 35 was my number, I still have a remainder of 5 here. Okay, now I could keep going, but it said in the question that I only want 2 decimal places. So I actually only need the 6 and the 2, but I did need this third number because depending what the third number is, depends on whether this number rounds up or will stay the same. So because it is a 5, I actually do need to round this up to be 0.63. So my answer, I'm going to write therefore, my answer is 0.63. Correct your 2 decimal places. Okay, now from question 4 and 5 here are a little bit different. So far, I've had a decimal number, but I've been dividing by a whole number each time for each of these first 3 questions here. In these questions, I have a decimal number divided by another decimal number. Okay, now you don't want to be dividing by a decimal number, so we have a little trick that we use first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write 6.34. Instead of divide, I'm going to write it as a fraction over 0.8. What we're going to do is we're going to multiply, in this case, by 10 on the top and the bottom. Okay? If I multiply by 10 over 10, 10 over 10 is really just 1. I'm not really changing the value of anything. But by doing this, I'm going to be jumping the decimal point here, making that a nice whole number. So multiplying by 10 on the top jumps 1 place, which will give me 63.4. On the bottom, jumping 1 place, it gives me a nice whole number, 8. Okay, so really this here, 6.34 divided by 0.8, is actually the same as 63.4 divided by 8. Okay, so that means I can do a nicer division now with my divide sign here. 63.4 divided by 8. Okay, let's take the 63 together. 63 divided by 8 goes 7 times, because 8 7/8 are 56. So that's going to give me a remainder of 7. Okay, so then I want to do 74 divided by 8. Okay, 8 times tables. 8 times 9 will give me 72. So I can go, put the decimal point in, I can go 9 times. If it was 72, I have a remainder of 2. So now I have 20 divided by 8. 2 times 8 is 16. So it's going to go 2 times. And I'm going to have a remainder of 4. And 40 divided by 8 goes exactly 5 times. All right, so there is the answer, 7.925. Let me show you that process again for 5. I have 0.5861 divided by 0.004. Now I want a whole number on the bottom, so I need this decimal point to jump over 3 places. So instead of multiplying by 10 like I did last time, this time I need to multiply by 1,000 to jump the 3 places. Okay, that's going to give me 1, 2, 3 jumps on the top will give me 586.1 over 1, 2, 3 jumps over 4. Okay, so now for the divide problem, I have 586.1 that I want to divide by 4. 5 divided by 4 goes once with a remainder of 1. 18 divided by 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So I'm going to have a remainder of 2. 26 divided by 4. Let's see, 4 times 6 is 24. So that's going to give a remainder of 2. 21 divided by 4 is going to go 5 times, because 5 times 4 is 20, with a remainder of 1. 10 divided by 4 goes twice, with a remainder of 2. And 20 divided by 4 goes exactly 5 times. So quite a lot of dividing in there to get an answer of 146.525. Now my last question on the page here, question 6, is my wordy question. So I have 3 friends who wish to split the bill evenly. If the total is $86.80, how much should each pay? We want to divide the bill $86.80 here by 3 friends. So we're dividing it into 3. So dividing that's like these first 3 over here, just a nice whole number. So 8 divided by 3 goes twice with a remainder of 2. 26 divided by 3, 3 times 8 is 24. So it goes 8 times with a remainder of 2. So I have 28 divided by 3. 3 times 9 is 27. So I have a remainder of 1. 10 divided by 3 goes 3 times because 3 3s are 9. And I have a remainder of 1. And you can guess what's going to keep happening here. That's going to keep giving me a 3 with a 1 remainder. A 3 with a 1 remainder. So I'm actually getting a recurring decimal here. So if we're talking about splitting the bill, we actually probably need to round this to 2 decimal places. So we should write down here they actually need to pay $28.95 each, which would round that up to the nearest 5 cents. Okay, if we round it down to 93, okay, it actually wouldn't quite be enough to cover their $86.80. And here in Australia, we pay in lots of 5 cents. So $28.95 would be the answer. All right, time for you to have a practice. So these questions are just like the ones I've shown you. So I want you to pause the video and try to do these ones on your own and then restart the video to see if you got the right answers. So for question number 1, we want to divide 1.458 by 2. So 1 divided by 2 we can't do, so we put a 0 down. Then the decimal point, this 1 carries to be in front of the 4, becoming 14. 14 divided by 2 goes exactly 7 times with no remainder. Going to the next number, 5 divided by 2 goes twice with a remainder of 1. 18 divided by 2 goes 9 times. So that's the answer, 0.729. Question 2, we want to divide 12.719 by 3, correct to 2 decimal places. Let's take 12 divided by 3 because that goes exactly 4 times, then the decimal point. 7 divided by 3, that will go twice with a remainder of 1. 11 divided by 3, 3 3s are 9, with a remainder of 2. 29 divided by 3, 3 times 9 gives 27. Okay, and we would have a remainder of 2. 20 divided by 3, we could keep going here, but we can actually stop because we only need 2 decimal places. So having the third one there means that I know how to round this. So because my third decimal place here is a 9, I'm going to round that up to be a 4. So my answer should be 4.24. Question 3, I want to divide 8.14 by 1.1. But before I do that, I'm going to have to fix that a bit, aren't I? So 8.14 over 1.1. I need a nice whole number on the bottom here. So I need to jump one place. So I need to multiply by 10, which will give me 81.4 on the top and 11 on the bottom. So in my divide sign, I want 81.4 underneath here and 11 at the front. So I've got a 2-digit number here, so I'm going to take the first 2 digits, 81 divided by 11. Now your 11 times tables, 11 times 7 is 77, which is going to give me a remainder of 4 to put over here. And 44 divided by 11 goes 4 times. So it's actually quite a nice, neat answer. All right, question 4, another decimal divided by a decimal. So first of all, let's try to simplify it a bit. Because it's 0.09, I'm going to need to multiply by 100 over 100. That's going to give me, on the top, I have to jump over 2 places. So 4647.61 on the top, over, jumping 2 places will give me 9. So I now want to divide that, 4647.61 divided by 9. 4 divided by 9, I can't do. So let's go to 46. 46 divided by 9. 9 times 5 is 45, which will give me a remainder of 1. 14 divided by 9. 9 times 1 is 9, remainder of 5. 9 times 6 gives me 54. So I can go times 6 here. So 54, that gives me a remainder of 3. 36 divided by 9 goes exactly 4 times. 1 divided by 9, I can't do at all. So I put a 0 down because it doesn't go. But I'll have a remainder of 1. I need 4 decimal places here, so I actually have to keep going here. 10 divided by 9 goes once, remainder 1. 10 divided by 9 goes once, remainder 1, if I wanted to keep going. But that's going to keep happening, isn't it? So we're going to have 1, 1, 1, 1 all the way up here. So my answer to 4 decimal places is 516.4011. Number 5, the very last one. We have a 5 kilogram bag of potatoes that costs $6.95. What is the cost per kilo? I need to take the cost, $6.95, and that's for 5 kilos. So if I divide it by 5, I will know what 1 kilo costs. 6 divided by 5 goes once, remainder 1. 19 divided by 5 goes 3 times, because 5 3s are 15. That will give me a remainder of 4. 45 divided by 5 goes exactly 9 times. So the cost per kilo is $1.39. And that's the end of my lesson today on dividing decimals. Keep practicing, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.